In the early 1920s, Italy was a nation in crisis. The aftermath of World War I had left the country scarred and unstable. Economic hardship gripped the population, unemployment soared, and inflation eroded the savings of ordinary Italians. At the same time, many citizens felt betrayed by the outcome of the war. They called it the mutilated victory, believing Italy had not received the territorial rewards it deserved. Combined with political instability, frequent changes of government, and widespread labor unrest, this sense of humiliation created fertile ground for radical solutions. It was in this volatile environment that Benito Mussolini, once a socialist journalist turned fiery nationalist, emerged as the leader of a new political movement. In 1919, he founded the Fascist Party, presenting it as a bold alternative to the existing system. Fascism promised to end chaos, suppress communism, and restore Italy's pride. Mussolini proved a master of political theater, using stirring speeches and dramatic gestures to capture the attention of both elites and ordinary Italians. Central to his rise was the creation of the Black Shirts, paramilitary squads of ex-soldiers and militants who attacked socialists, intimidated opponents, and imposed fascist authority through street violence. Their willingness to use brutality gave Mussolini the image of a leader who could impose order when the state seemed powerless. At the same time, he reassured industrialists and landowners that fascism would protect their interests against left-wing revolution. By 1921, Mussolini's movement had entered parliament, but its real power lay outside the chamber walls. The fascists' growing influence convinced Mussolini that the moment was ripe for a bold move to seize control. In October 1922, he orchestrated the March on Rome, a carefully staged demonstration of force. Thousands of fascists converged on the capital, while Mussolini himself waited in Milan, ready to step forward if the gamble succeeded. The government was paralyzed. Prime Minister Luigi Facta wanted to declare martial law, but King Victor Emmanuel III refused to sign the order. Fearing civil war, and perhaps impressed by Mussolini's apparent strength, the king instead invited him to form a government. Without firing a shot, Mussolini became Italy's youngest prime minister at just 39 years old. The March on Rome has since been remembered as the symbolic birth of fascist rule in Italy. It was less a coup than a bluff, but a bluff that worked because of the weakness of existing institutions, the fear of communism, and the yearning for stability. Over the following years, Mussolini consolidated power, dismantling democratic freedoms and establishing a dictatorship that would last 2 decades. Historians continue to debate whether Mussolini's rise was inevitable. Some argue that Italy's parliamentary system could have survived with stronger leadership and reform. Others see fascism's ascent as the direct product of the chaos and disillusionment of post-war Italy. What is clear is that the March on Rome marked a turning point not only for Italy but for Europe, offering a template for authoritarian movements elsewhere. Mussolini's success showed how a charismatic leader, backed by violence and exploiting instability, could topple democracy without a single battle. It set Italy on a path toward dictatorship, war, and disaster, demonstrating the peril when a society in crisis embraces extremism as the cure for its wounds.